A life without a plan becomes a life without progress. Now that may sound simple, but don't let the simplicity fool you. You see, drifting is easy. Wandering is easy. Waking up each day hoping for something better without designing something better is easy. But here's what's not easy. Building a life on intention. Crafting a future on purpose. Writing down what you want and then working on it every single day. My mentor once told me, Jim, if you don't make a plan for your life, you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. So here's the great lesson. Progress is never an accident. Success is never a surprise. And achievement is never the result of hope alone. It's the result of clarity, direction, commitment, a plan. Because without a plan, your days become reactions. Your energy becomes scattered, and your potential stays sleeping inside you. But with a plan, now something incredible begins. You start moving with purpose. You start acting with intention, and you start becoming the person you always knew you could be. So today, let's begin this journey with one powerful reminder. No plan, no progress, but a good plan, even a simple one, can change everything. Let me start with a truth most people never want to face. A truth so simple, yet so powerful, it can change your entire life. Here it is. Without a plan, your life will drift. Not sometimes. Not maybe. Always. Because life has a direction, and if you don't choose it, it chooses for you. And let me tell you, life rarely chooses upward. It chooses sideways. It chooses backwards. It chooses comfort. It chooses the path of least resistance. And that is why so many people wake up one day and wonder where the years went, why they're stuck in the same place, same habits, same routine, same results. It's because drifting became a lifestyle, and drifting never leads to progress. It only leads to regret. Now listen closely. People don't fail because they're not talented. They don't fail because they're not smart. They don't fail because they're unlucky. They fail because they didn't plan. They didn't decide. They didn't design. They didn't choose a direction and walk toward it daily. And that's the painful part. Not the failure, but the fact that it was preventable. Let me give you a simple picture. A man without a plan wakes up in the morning, and life tells him what to do. The phone tells him what to do. The people around him tell him what to do. His old habits tell him what to do. And the day gets used up by everything except what matters. Ask him, where are you going? He'll say, I'm not sure, but I'm busy. And that, my friends, is the tragedy of modern life. Busy, but not progressing. Active, but not advancing. Moving, but going nowhere. Now, let's turn the mirror towards something important. Progress is not automatic. Growth is not automatic. Success is not automatic. These things don't happen by accident. They happen by intention. They happen because someone sat down and made a plan, a real plan, not a wish, not a fantasy, not a one-day dream, a plan with steps, a plan with structure, a plan with commitment. Let me say it plainly. A plan is the blueprint for progress. If you don't build the plan, you don't build the progress. So, let me ask you a question. Where are you going? What are you building? What are you shaping with your days? Because if you don't answer that clearly, life will answer it for you, and you won't like the answer. Here's another truth. Most people avoid planning because planning makes them responsible. If you make a plan, you can't pretend, you can't hide, you can't blame, you can't point fingers. A plan forces you to look at your life honestly. It forces you to measure, to track, to evaluate, to confront. And some people fear that, so they choose drifting instead. But drifting comes at a cost, a high cost, a cost paid with wasted years, wasted energy, wasted potential. Listen carefully. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a plan, a direction, a path, a roadmap, even a simple plan. begins to wake something inside you. It sparks intention. It sparks focus. It sparks discipline. And the moment you start planning, you stop drifting. The moment you take ownership, you take power. And the moment you design your days begin to design your future. This is the truth. No plan, no progress. But the moment you create a plan, a real plan, you give your life permission to move forward, upward, towards something meaningful. So let this be the first lesson on our journey today. A life without a plan will always default to average, but a life with a plan can rise to extraordinary. And the choice, my friends, is yours. A simple cure, a powerful cure, a cure available to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Write it down, not think about it, not talk about it, not dream about it. Write it on paper, in ink, clearly. You see, writing is magical. It takes the invisible and makes it visible. It takes the idea and turns it into something you can see, something you can hold, something you can follow. Because a plan isn't real until it's written. Let me say that again. A plan isn't real until it's written. You may have goals in your head, but goals in your head are slippery. They slide around. They shift. They disappear. A written plan does not. It stays. It stares back at you. It holds you accountable. Clarity begins with writing. Direction begins with writing. Progress begins with writing. Now listen closely. Most people think they have goals, but when you ask them to show you their goals, they reach for nothing. No notes, no paper, no structure. And here's what that means. Their goals aren't goals. They are wishes, hopes, ideas floating in the air. And ideas floating in the air rarely turn into results. But when you write it down, something changes. Your mind begins organizing. Your energy begins focusing. Your steps begin forming. You start seeing what to do next, what to stop doing, what to improve, what to avoid. Writing unlocks clarity, and clarity creates movement. Because the moment you know where you're going, you start going. Let me give you a picture. Imagine two people, both want a better life. Both want success. Both want progress. But one writes it down, and the other doesn't. One clarifies the destination, and the other leaves it vague. One has a roadmap, and the other has a feeling. Who do you think will move faster? Who will stay consistent? Who will endure setbacks? The one with the plan? Every time. Why? Because clarity reduces friction. Clarity removes confusion. Clarity eliminates hesitation. A written plan tells you exactly where you are, exactly where you're going, and exactly what steps to take next. If you ever feel stuck, if you ever feel lost, if you ever feel overwhelmed, it is almost always a sign of one thing: lack of clarity. And clarity comes from writing. Write your goals. Write your steps. Write your deadlines. Write your vision. Put it on paper. Make it real. Make it visible. Don't trust your memory. Short pencil is better than long memory, because your memory forgets, but your paper remembers. Your paper doesn't get distracted. Your paper doesn't get tired. Your paper doesn't lie to you. It reminds you of who you said you would be. It guides you back when you drift. It sharpens your focus when you fade. A written plan becomes your compass, your anchor, your guide. And the beautiful part? It doesn't have to be complicated. Just write what you want, why you want it, how you will get it, when you'll start. Simple, clear, direct. And once it's written, you'll feel a shift inside you. Your mind becomes more intentional. Your habits become more aligned. Your days become more meaningful. Because now you have direction. And direction creates power. Direction creates confidence. Direction creates momentum. Here's the truth. Most people aren't missing talent. They're missing clarity. Most people aren't missing motivation. They're missing a plan. And most people aren't stuck because they're incapable. They're stuck because they're unorganized. A written plan solves that. It simplifies your chaos. It orders your life. It turns confusion into steps and steps into progress. So let this be your reminder today. Write your life, because what you write is what you will build. Clarity creates movement. Movement creates progress. And progress creates transformation. If a written plan creates clarity, then a consistent review creates progress. And nothing works faster. Nothing works deeper. Nothing works more powerfully than a simple, short, honest habit I call the 3-day review challenge. 3 days. Just 3. Every third day, you sit down, you look at your plan, you look at your actions, and you ask yourself one powerful question. Am I moving or am I drifting? Let me tell you, that one question can save you. It can redirect you. It can wake you up. Because plans are wonderful, but plans without review become forgotten pages. Progress without reflection becomes accidental, and accidental progress never lasts. Now listen closely. Success doesn't require a huge system. You don't need 10 journals. You don't need 6 apps. You don't need a color-coded spreadsheet. You need honesty and consistency. That's it. So here's how the 3-day challenge works. Every 72 hours, you pause. You stop the noise. You stop the rush. And you evaluate. You hold your plan in one hand and your actions in the other, and you check if they match. And let me warn you, sometimes they won't. Sometimes you'll see drift. Sometimes you'll see delay. Sometimes you'll see excuses sneaking in. Good. That's what the review is for. Not to judge you, not to shame you, not to punish you, but to guide you, to correct you, to put you back on track. Think of it like this. A plane is off course most of the flight. The pilot doesn't panic. He just corrects. Small adjustments, small shifts, small changes. But those small adjustments get him exactly where he needs to go. Your life works the same way. Your goals work the same way. Your plan works the same way. And your 3-day review? That's your correction tool. It keeps you from drifting. It keeps you from forgetting. It keeps you from sliding back into old habits. And more important, it builds something rare, self-awareness. Because when you review often, you begin to notice your patterns. What motivates you? What distracts you? What slows you down? What speeds you up? You start learning yourself. You start understanding yourself. You start coaching yourself. And that is the highest form of discipline. Let me give you a truth most people never learn. Discipline is not just doing the work. Discipline is checking the work. Builders check their measurements. Pilots check their instruments. Leaders check their direction. And successful people, they check themselves. Every few days. Not once a year. Not when life falls apart. Not when the goal is failing. They stay ahead of the drift by reviewing the plan before the plan collapses. Let me ask you something powerful. When was the last time you reviewed your life? Not complained about it, not wished it was better, but reviewed it? Most people never do, and that's why nothing changes. Review brings awareness. Awareness brings adjustment. Adjustment brings progress. Now imagine this. Every 3 days, you get a little better, a little clearer, a little more focused. You tighten the plan. You clean up the mistakes. You correct your direction. Small improvements, stacking, building, compounding. Do this for 30 days. You'll feel different. Do this for 90 days. You'll act different. Do this for a year. You'll be different. Because the 3-day challenge isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, consistency, and self-correction. So here's your assignment. Every third day, sit down, open your plan, review your choices, measure your steps, and ask, did I move toward my goal or away from it? Be honest, be calm, be direct, and then adjust, even if just a little, because every adjustment matters. Every correction counts. Every review builds strength. This is how progress becomes predictable. This is how discipline becomes natural. This is how success becomes inevitable. 3 days. Review. Correct. Grow. That's the challenge. And that's the power. There's a cost to everything in life. A cost to action. A cost to discipline. A cost to commitment. But there is one cost, more painful than all the rest. The cost of no plan. Because when you live without a plan, you pay in dreams. Dreams that never arrive. Dreams that never grow. Dreams that never become real. And let me tell you, that is a heavy price. Heavier than failure. Heavier than effort. Heavier than hard work. Because failure teaches. Effort strengthens. Work transforms. But drifting steals. Quietly. Slowly. Silently. Until you wake up one day and realize the life you wanted simply never showed up. Not because it was impossible. Not because you lacked talent. Not because the world was unfair. But because the plan was missing. Let me explain something important. A dream is fragile. A dream needs structure. A dream needs direction. Without a plan, a dream stays a dream, a hope, a wish, a someday. And someday is the enemy of progress. Someday destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Most dreams don't die from storms. They die from neglect, from delay, from drifting, and drifting begins. The moment you choose not to plan, here's the truth. Nobody wants to hear. If you don't plan your day will plan you. Your distractions will plan you. Your habits will plan you. Your laziness will plan you. Your comfort will plan you. And none of those things are interested in your dreams. So let's talk about the real cost. The cost of waking up at 60 with the same goals you had at 20. The cost of watching others grow while you stayed the same. The cost of knowing you could have done more, could have become more, could have built more, but you didn't plan. And therefore, you didn't progress. Now hear me carefully. Life is not cruel. Life is not unfair. Life is not against you. Life is simply neutral. It responds to design. If you design your life, you rise. If you neglect it, you drift. And drifting always takes you somewhere you don't want to be. That's the cost. Not the effort you avoided, but the life you missed. Not the work you skipped, but the future that slipped away. Not the tasks undone, but the potential unexpressed. And let me tell you something sobering. Unexpressed potential is one of the quietest forms of pain. You carry it. You feel it. You sense it. You know it. You feel that life inside you, but you never give it a plan, so it never becomes a result. It stays trapped, not because you lacked ability, but because you lacked structure. Look around. Millions of people have great ideas, great dreams, great intentions, but intentions without plans are hallucinations. And hallucinations don't build futures. Futures are built by design, by written plans, by steady steps, by daily intention. Dreams become real only when discipline meets direction. Without that, they remain on the shelf, collecting dust, growing weaker, fading away. My friends, don't pay that cost. Don't let your dreams become memories of what could have been. Don't let your potential become a story you tell with regret. Don't let the years slip by without direction. Make a plan, even a small one, even a simple one, because a simple plan is better than no plan, and a small plan is enough to start momentum, and momentum is enough to change everything. The cost of no plan is a life lived below your capability, but the reward of a plan, a life built with intention, a life built with clarity, a life built with purpose. Dreams don't arrive on accident. They arrive by design. And that design must come from you. Every transformation begins with a decision, a quiet decision, a private decision, a powerful decision, a decision to stop drifting and start designing, A decision to stop hoping and start planning. A decision to stop waiting and start becoming, because nothing changes until you change, and nothing improves until you improve, and nothing moves until you decide to move. So today, let this be the moment you say, enough drifting. It's time for a plan, and it's time for a new me. Because the truth is simple. A new plan creates a new direction, and a new direction creates a new life. Let's break it down. When you create a plan, you create clarity. When you follow the plan, you create discipline. When you review the plan, you create consistency. And when you adjust the plan, you create mastery. Those 4 pieces: clarity, discipline, consistency, mastery. That is the formula for a new life. That is the formula for the new you. Let me tell you something important. The new you is not found in a book, not found in motivation alone, not found in a lucky moment. The new you is found in structure, in intention, in commitment. You build the new you, plan by plan, day by day, choice by choice. You don't stumble into a better life. You design it. You don't fall into new habits. You create them. You don't luck your way into success. You prepare for it. Preparation is the highest form of self-respect. Planning is the confession of seriousness. When you plan, you're saying to life, I'm ready. I'm committed. I'm responsible. And life responds. Opportunities respond. Energy responds. People respond because people can sense it when you mean business. Now understand this. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need every answer. You don't need total certainty. You just need intention and a written direction and the courage to begin. Start simple. Start small. Start today. You don't need to rearrange the world. Just rearrange your habits. Write what you want. Write why it matters. Write the steps. Review every 3 days. Adjust when needed. That's the system. That's the transformation. That's the pathway to the new you. Let me tell you a truth that may surprise you. The new you is not far away. Not 10 years. Not 5 years. Not even 1 year. The new you is one decision away. One plan away. One consistent week away. You can change quickly. Faster than you think. Faster than others believe. Because when a person gets clarity, their energy changes. When a person gets direction, their confidence changes. When a person gets intentional, their results change. And when their results change, their identity changes. That's how you become the new you. Not by wishing, not by waiting, not by hoping, by planning, by executing, by adjusting, by repeating. Imagine 2 versions of yourself. One stays the same. No plan, no direction, no clarity, no growth. That version lives on autopilot. But the other version, the new version, creates a plan for the day, a plan for the week, a plan for the future. And that plan gives life structure, gives the mind focus, gives the spirit fire. The difference between those 2 versions is not talent, not luck, not intelligence. The difference is planning. The difference is clarity. The difference is design. So today, choose the version of you who plans, who reviews, who adjusts, who builds, because that version becomes unstoppable. That version becomes disciplined, focused, capable, confident. That version becomes the one who turns dreams into results. So let this be the declaration. With a new plan, I become the new me, not someday, not later, not when life feels perfect, but today, right now. With this decision, this is the beginning of your designed life, your intentional life, your disciplined life, your elevated life. The new plan creates the new you, and the new you is ready, my friends. We've walked through the truth. We've seen the danger of drifting. We've uncovered the power of a written plan. We've practiced reviewing, adjusting, correcting, and we've learned what it costs when we choose not to plan our lives. But now, it all comes down to one moment. This moment. Because knowledge is wonderful. But knowledge without action is just another missed opportunity. So here's the final message. A plan doesn't work until you work it. Your life won't change. Because you listened to a speech, your life will change. Because you took the message and made it a lifestyle. Write your plan. Review your plan. Walk your plan. Adjust your plan. Let every day have direction. Let every step have intention. Let every action serve your future. Because a life by design is always better than a life by default. And progress, real progress, begins the moment you choose to stop wandering and start building. So walk into tomorrow with clarity, with courage, with purpose, with a plan. Because the moment you create your plan, the journey changes. The energy changes. You change. And remember always, no plan, no progress. But a good plan, even a simple plan, can change your whole life. Now go and build it. The new plan, the new progress, the new you.